Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another Fireside chat, this time out of Zurich in beautiful Switzerland.
Beautiful.
It's good to see my buddy Glenn in person, finally again. Traveling all over Europe.
Florian.
Finally, we made it in person.
We finally got together in person. What a week it's been.
Yes.
I was in 2 days in Monaco for marketing, and then right into Paris for a full day. Jumped on a train. It's been planes, trains, and automobiles. And here to probably one of the busiest conferences I've ever attended, this SMI conference. I mean, my meeting started at 8 in the morning, and I finished at 6:30, half hours, not a stop. So It's great just to sit now, take a breather, and talk to my buddy from this side of the pond.
Yes. We even had a nice dinner yesterday with lots of investors, good talks yesterday.
You know what? We hosted a little Silver Tigre get-together because we have a lot of investors. And there was 30 people there.
Yes.
And I remember telling you, though, we're going home at 9 o'clock because I am beat. And that didn't work because everybody got so engaged in talking after we presented and just talking about the world and the price. And your presentation was incredible on the pricing. And I talked a little bit about, the new Tigre news, which is exciting. And no one wanted to leave. We actually had a 30-person chat until 11 o'clock at night.
Unbelievable.
I wasn't happy the next morning, but at the time it was absolutely wonderful.
Great.
So thank you for putting that together here in Zurich.
Yes. So wonderful to have you here in person. We keep it short and sweet this time.
Yes, we do.
But you announced a wonderful press release.
Thank you for noticing that.
Yes.
We've done a lot of press releases, but I don't know if I've ever put one out like yesterday that I was more proud of, and I mean proud of my team.
Yep.
We were able, because of what we've done so far, to a press release you don't see a lot. Silver Tigre announced that in December of 2027, we will commission the new mine, and we will have our first bore, and we will make a gold and silver bar, a doré bar. Exciting, so happy to put that out there, and a lot of pressure on the team and me now to deliver, but a wonderful piece of news, and 8 or 9 years, a culmination of a lot of work by a team that no one ever really gets to see, almost all the way to Mexico, and a very proud moment for me of them to be able to put that out there.
Yeah, it's great. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, and exciting. I think another thing that was in there, and I want to get to you because no one came to listen to me, but I'll finish up, and then you can talk about the world we live in. Boy, do we live, I say it all the time, in interesting times. It seems to get more interesting by the hour. I want to talk on the Middle East. I mean, it's affecting gold and silver. But right now, we put that news out. Really, the last 2 months have been a blur for the company. We got our approvals to build the heap leach in November. December is always a slow month in Mexico. But right back at it in January, February. We made a fundamental decision. Francisco Albalez is our COO, one of the most experienced mine builders in Mexico. He's been with us 2 years. So we've taken that 2 months for him to put his build team back together. Yeah. His right-hand man he had for forever has joined us, and they've hired the rest of the team. That's your internal team. And we had to make a decision in early January, which we made, that we want this to go on time, on budget, and deliver in 2027, that last quarter, that first pour. And to do that, we thought the best thing to do was to do an EPCM contract. And, that's basically what we've entered into. On Friday, we signed it. We went out for proposals. We have to a number of wonderful engineering and construction management companies. And at the end of the day, last week, it signed and delivered the contract to Caps Cassidy KCA. They have an office called KCA Norte in Mexico, and they're going to basically be our EPCM partner. They're going to bring probably 40 or 50 years of experience in building heap leaches all over the world, Nevada and Mexico especially. So with my team and that EPCM team, we said we're going to deliver that date, and just a very exciting time. And Things are going to start going real fast now. People are going to see regular updates. That doesn't mean every week or every 2 weeks, but regular updates on construction, on detailed engineering, on are we on time, are we on budget, and it's all going to culminate in 2027, just before Christmas, or earlier, with that first pour, and I'm so excited. You've got to come down. We're going to bring you down for that first pour. I promise.
I will come to Mexico.
I'm going to take you up on that now. You're coming. And I know you're very, very fluent Spanish, so
yes,
you'll be
I
wonderful.
love Mexico.
You're wonderful there. So we're going to do it. So that's
come.
really all I wanted to say. I just want to just sincerely thank all of anyone who is our shareholder out there, who's followed us, who's listened. This journey could never have happened to get to that without not only our team, who I'm so proud of, without them, not a chance. But those shareholders, our stakeholders in Mexico, the community around us in Mexico, to allow us to be at this point, it's a very proud moment for me, for the entire company.
Yeah.
Now that's enough. No one came to hear me. The world is a little let's say upside down. And that affects everything. It affects the markets, but it also affects the silver and gold price.
Of course.
And so perhaps give us a few thoughts on what you're thinking. I know the people will enjoy that. And with that, I'm going to shut up.
Yes. Just one note on that. Speaking of budget and shareholders, I think you really nailed it with your last financing. Right at the top at the silver price. You're looking really good now. Because
thank you for mentioning that, because I take dilution and speaking to shareholders maybe listening very, very seriously. And I'm going to tell you people what I thought. And people can kind of fact check this. They fact check it on television in the United States, fact check it. It was that Monday before I took that financing. And silver was $120.
Yeah.
And I was asked to be on a panel, a silver panel, in front of a large number of people at VRIC in Vancouver. So everybody was excited. And I got up and several very smart people who follow silver said that, wow, it's 120 and we're on the way. And maybe it's 200 or 300. And then they asked me, and I said to everybody the exact thing, guys, it went up too fast. And there's going to be a big correction.
Yeah.
I said this week or next week. And I wasn't trying to be funny. And I said, it's going to go to $70 or $80 or $90. But it's going to come down. And when it does, everybody's hair is going to go on fire. And there's going to be a lot of selling. And that happened. And I knew that was going to happen. I thought that was going to happen. And unfortunately, I was proven right. And I looked at the crowd and I smiled and I said, but I'm going to be smiling, because I know what we're going to deliver with this mine. I knew the date, and now I've told it. So in 2027, we're going to be the next silver mine in the world. And I'm going to be producing at $60 or $70 or $80 or $50. We never thought that would happen. It's an absolute bonanza. And so the next day, it was still wild. And I predicted what was going to happen. So when the banks offered me $60 million at what I thought was the absolute top, of course I had to take it. And now looking back, that was the right decision. But looking at where the world
100%.
is with risk off,
100%.
it's getting better looking every day. So not trying to toot my horn, but thanks for recognizing that, because it's put us in a position for the company where we have almost $100 million US in the bank to execute this build, no matter what happens in the world.
Exactly.
What a great place to be. No matter what happens, we're going to build this mine. Now, what's going to happen?
That's a wonderful position to be in.
What's going to happen? But thank you for recognizing that. And that wasn't a coached question. People, I wasn't expecting you to say that. So thank you.
So it's important for people to understand, because it's difficult decisions that you sometimes have to make,
100%.
right? And you have to consider lots of different interests. The world, I think, is right in front or already in the largest, worst energy crisis that we have seen in history, probably. We have no clue how this is going to play out. From a game theoretical point of view, I think it's clear the Iranians cannot back down. That would mean the end of 5,000-year Persian culture. On the other hand, America cannot withdraw either. because that will be the end of the American hegemony, basically. So most likely they both will double down. I think the other Gulf states might join the war rather sooner than later.
I was wondering that.
And
especially since they're getting fired at a lot.
I mean, most viewers are certainly aware that this is a very complex geopolitical topic. It's a lot of religion kind of stuff inside.
Of course,
it's just a total nightmare. And of course, risk off means risk off in all markets, right? So we are seeing the stock market falling. We are seeing gold and silver prices falling. Only oil is going through the roof currently. I think we are facing a very bumpy road over the next few days, weeks, probably months. Hopefully, there will be a way to find peace rather quickly. Of course, mid to long run, this is super bullish for the commodity sector.
Right.
And of course, it's very bullish for gold and silver. So if you wonder how we will get to $500 silver at some point over the next few years.
Because of this.
It's because of this. Wow. Because, I mean, just the amount of silver, copper that is needed to build all these oil facilities, right? And then we're not speaking about the weapon industry and et cetera, et cetera. It's crazy. The amount of money printing that will be necessary, it's insane. So people need to be patient, need to understand we are currently in a risk-off situation that can last a few more days, a few more weeks. Unfortunately, maybe a few months, yes. Unfortunately, the mining sector is still a rather tiny sector. So if capital leaves, you see sharp pullbacks. That doesn't mean that the story is bad or that the management is doing anything wrong. It's just capital is disappearing and people panic sell. That's what's going on right now. I think we made it clear that you're perfectly positioned to build a mine. So there's no doubt and no worry whatever happens in the world. And I think that's what people need to focus on here. And I think over the next few days, weeks, months, beautiful buying opportunity in our sector, right?
So what you're thinking, what we've seen in our career, and it's been decades, is that whenever there's a sharp pullback for whatever reason in the market, a black swan event, gold and silver always goes down with it. It has to, because it's a liquidity crunch. And that's going to happen. And if this continues, that's going to happen. But what we've always seen historically is the first to come back is gold and silver. But you think that this will be part of that long bull run you've been talking about, that this could actually put fuel onto that once the bottom is hit and gold and silver
yes,
go
of
back.
course. So if anyone had doubts that we're in a commodity super cycle, I think now it's confirmed.
Oh, this is confirming that. This is part of that super cycle.
Of
How long do you think that's going to last, Florian? Your guess?
I mean, if you look at these very long cycles, at least 5 to 10 years.
Oh, I love to hear that. A bull super cycle commodities market, which includes gold and silver for 5 or 10 years.
Yes. And
wow. And I thought everything was bad. I don't want to wish ill will on anything, the Middle East, the world, but this is bullish for precious metals in the long run.
Yes, very much. And I think you're probably going to see gold and silver hitting a bottom once the Western central banks really announcing big money printing programs.
Wow. So you said something that resonated, that it's a good buying opportunity. When you really think about it, let's use Tigre as an example, self-serving comment here, but we're now down very much from our highs, and we've done everything. We've got in the approvals for the heap leach. We've got all the money to build it. We've announced when we're going to do the first pour. The team is working on it as we speak, and we're still at a lower value. I mean, what a buying opportunity. Only because the rest of the world are kind of having a problem in the Middle East. So that's the way I think. It's kind of a gift for those that may want to take part or get more in any mining company.
Yes.
Or buy gold or silver.
As well, of course.
I get it. Wow. So this is a risk off in the world, will go down, but it's an opportunity for those that believe gold, silver, and in our company, to accumulate a bigger position at a much lower price than probably anyone thought they could get it at.
100%, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, look, anything else?
No, I think we're good.
We're going to dinner. We're going to the big gala dinner here.
Yes.
So, and I think it started.
Yes.
So I don't want to. I'm going to shut up. As I said, this is the second time, and I'm going to let you and I go to dinner, and maybe we'll share a drink. We'll see, and just and maybe talk a little bit more about the world and all those different things. But look, I always appreciate seeing you in person, my friend, and a great little conversation. And until the next Fireside,
thank you very much,
sir.
All the best for the viewers, and see you soon again for the Silver Tiger Fireside chat. Thank you.